to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And I just screwed everything all up. It is Saturday BOLO day. We tell you what's sold, highlights from eBay over the last week, the what and the where and the why, and the take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right. Yet again, my employees love the VTG. I don't know what's going on here. I'll have to have a meeting about this. But Vintage Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger 18-inch Dragon Dagger Flute. This is loose. I picked this up in the collection, and it did go for $152.
Holy!
Average sold price was about $75 to $150.
Wait, so it's a flute you can play?
Well, it looks like a flute. It has little pieces. I mean, maybe you can play it. I don't even know, but
wow.
But see the little ends that look like a flute there. And my employee that listed it said, "Wow, I've always wanted one of those. You know, what will you give it to me for?" I said, "Well, they go for about $100 average. Just give me $50. I got a deal on it." So I don't have that much money. So his loss is my gain. The good news is the collection I bought it from, they also have one of these brand new in box, and those go for about $400 or $500. So you'll probably seen that on a BOLO in a few weeks. Who knows?
Holy mackerel!
Very cool. Next up, another vintage piece, G.I. Joe Street Fighter 2 Guile 12-inch figure from 1993 Capcom. Now, I bought this in the collection. There was all the figures. I thought they were super cool. And you're talking 20, 30 years old.
Yeah.
They don't go for a lot of money. It's a 12-inch doll. I mean, it's crazy. 20
Was that
bucks.
one of those closeout ones that they made too many of that were just sat around forever?
It could be. I mean, there still might be some rare ones. I don't know, but I got 3 or 4 different ones, and they're all in the $20 range.
Wow.
Yeah, it's surprising. Because G.I. Joe dolls, obviously, if they're from that line, some of them could be $50, $100. You're talking 30 years old. Next up, SpiderMan versus Strider, Marvel versus Capcom figure 2-pack. These are pretty hot. Any one of these sets. This is the best one in the set. Luckily, I have one of these already, or I would have kept this, but it did go for about $130. Very cool. There's a bunch of different 2-packs. They're anywhere from $50 to $150.
Now, what do they go for new? Like, first, how old are they?
They're pretty old. They're toy biz, so I would say 25, 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next up, vintage spelled out. Now, I've never seen this in my life.
Somebody spelled the word vintage out?
Well, that too. But somehow this strolled in some deal, and someone was listing games, and it's a checkerboard by Parker Brothers, and it went for $25.
Just for the board. It's got nothing else to
nothing else. And I've never seen this in my life until today when I was looking at the
wow, that's
that's
something you could buy for $1 or less at an estate sale.
I probably paid nothing, because if I see that, let's say I buy 10 board games, and that's in there, I'm not paying anything for it.
No, right. And if you're in an estate sale, most you're paying is $1.
And I didn't see it, because if I saw it, I would have pulled it out. So
Not
he didn't list it. Yeah. So do the opposite of what I say. All right, this is pretty cool. Dark Shadows. It's a lot of 4. There's a DVD, a Viewmaster, a card set. The money piece is going to be this Viewmaster here. That was a complete 3-disc set, but still, it went for $50.
And Dark Shadows is always still very, very popular. Still extremely popular.
And it's weird because it just so happened from a few different collections I had these pieces.
Oh, so
and the light bulb above my head was floating and it was on. I'm like, let me put it together and lot them because, say the slide might be worth, the Viewmaster might be worth 30, the set might be worth 10, but who knows if they're all going to sell? So.
Right, they're not going to sell that stuff necessarily.
All right, last up, Karai is the character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Nickelodeon figure. It almost seems like anything with Nickelodeon sells, whether it's a magazine, a toy and action figure. So I think that's a key word here that's making this line pretty hot.
Well, and it makes sense because that was what the people that are just coming into money from jobs watched growing up.
Yep.
And so for them, they can relive their past.
Sure.
And get that. Now I have things that nobody was around when they were growing up. And I have this over here.
Yeah.
I brought this up for one main reason. I bought this for $1 at an estate sale. And Mr. Magazine's looking at that going, you overpaid on that, my friend.
Yeah.
Grammar School Geography, William Swinton, 1880 color maps. No spine paper, heavier dirt throughout, heavy plate in binding, a few pages have tears, and heavy tear on a couple of pages as well.
Yeah.
$44.
Wow.
Doesn't look like much of anything.
No. Very cool. Very cool.
9.5 by 12, so it's a little bit larger size.
Yeah.
You do the table of contents and all that, and I showed one map just to kind of show what was in there with the maps.
I mean, I get stuff like this. I should just give it to you because I think I throw them out or put them in the laundromat. Seriously, because they don't look like they're anything.
No, right, exactly.
Like school books. I mean, not that I'm an expert, but I've never heard of them being really good. But obviously, it's an old one, so.
Yeah.
But maybe you're just a good lister.
It could be that too. Next up, a practical course in Turkish. Softcover book, Dr. Mufit. Yep. Yep. 1988. I picked this up. Do you remember a while ago when I was at the estate sale and the guy said, I want you to take all the books. I'm going to make you a deal you can't pass up. And it was $5.
Wow.
And I got all the books there. This was one of them. There was actually a second book, a practical course in Turkish, a different edition by the same guy. Tip out there. List one, put it away in a box. List the other one, put it away in a different box. Yeah. Because otherwise what will happen is you'll sell one, and whatever the top one is in the box, you will find it and stop looking. How many times does that happen with your employees?
Many times.
So you want to break them up in different boxes. Do you know why this got listed on eBay?
Well,
because I couldn't find an exact match on Amazon.
Okay.
And I didn't really get into finding it on A-Libris either. So I said, you know something, I'll just list this on eBay. It'll probably never sell, but I'll list it there. Ended up selling for $20. So I'm happy with a sale like that, given that I paid $5 for a few books.
Sure.
Next up, New Funnies 187 Dell Comics 1952 Woody Woodpecker Pool Hockey Billiards.
Wow.
I got $20 out of that, which small tears, chops around. It's got chops around. Got to learn how to list. The person bought this. Next day, they bought another comic book for me, paid $20 for it as well, another Dell, with another billiards/pool cover.
Wow.
So that shows that there are people out there that collect for what the cover art is.
Yeah.
So he's probably a pool collector and probably got a whole area of neat things like that, and he puts that in his collection. Cool. And I probably got more than guide. Let's put it that way.
Now buy anything you see with vintage pool, especially comics.
Because this gentleman will buy it. Yep. Next up, World War I Employees Liberty Loan Account Statement, Bethlehem Shipbuilding Company. The reason I like this, and it was folded down, and I got $20 out of it. This is actually smaller than a postcard.
Wow.
3.5 by 5.5 from 1918. The nice thing about things like this, they do not take up a lot of room. The problem with things like this, now I did not have this problem, but I could see you potentially having this problem, Mr. Magazine, just with your employees, nothing against them. It takes up no space. It's hard to lose one of those toys.
Right.
You get this, it could get lost very, very easily. Sure. So you have to have a very good organizational setup for if you're going to deal in smalls like this, because literally it's a piece of paper that could get lost anywhere along the line. So you have to have it set up nicely on that.
Definitely.
I'm getting into Mr. Magazine territory here.
Holy cow.
BMX Plus 1988 calendar, radical freestyle and race action photos, bicycling. Put a bunch of different photos up over here. I was all happy when I bought it. I paid a couple of bucks for it at the flea market. Got $38 out of it.
Cool. Awesome. There's not even a biker's name on there.
No, right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yep. Now, perhaps the people that are buying it, they might know. That's where I wouldn't know. Yeah. But I was happy to get $38 out of it. BMX stuff, though, always sells.
Well, it's almost 40 years old, so whoever's buying it could be that age then. They're now 50 years old. Say, wow, yeah, that was me back then,
Yeah, very, very well could be. Yeah. Last but not least, we've all heard that disco sucks. Support your local rock and roll band. I don't sell very many pinbacks, but I was at a sale, and pinbacks were $1 a piece, and this one jumped out at me, and I said, let me buy this. I took $20 on it. Support your local rock and roll band, vintage pinback 1970s, 3-inch diameter, original to the period. Important to always show the back, so people can see the back of the pin as well. You just absolutely never know. You can find pins like this out there all over the place. Pins generally are $1 a piece. I mean, it's just what they charge on a pin. If you really feel like buying pins and it's near the end of the sale, say, what do you need for all of them? You'd probably be surprised, get them really, really cheap.
Yeah.
But these things are out there, and to get $20 out of something I paid $1 for, I'm happy on that over there. Easy to ship, easy to store as well. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.